Oh boy. Where do I start? Hi guys, the Beastars here. This is kind of different of what I normally do, and I haven't done these things in a while, but I really want to talk about this. I will be talking about the manga slash anime of Beastars. Of course, I will be mainly talking about the season 3. So spoilers after season 2 slash where the manga of the next arc is based on. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Okay. If you guys know, the Beastars season 2 has ended. Best arc in the series so far, but what about the next season? Yeah, I'm dreading season 3 to start. Because the manga's arc was so poorly executed that it isn't even funny. There was just so much filler, characters would be completely dropped, there were too many unnecessary plot twists, which ruined the ending. And speaking about the ending is god-awful. People say that the season would be fixed by getting rid of the filler, but even that, the ending is unfixable by itself. The ending was insulting. The only part that wasn't insulting was the Legoshi x Haru part. The rest was terrible. I don't want to ramble too much, since again, this isn't something what I normally do, so I'll link a bunch of videos in the description talking about the ending. Another thing that's also terrible was the lore. I won't explain much about the lore, but there's also a video about that. The lore was just, she overcomplicated things. She should just have us focus on the now instead of focusing on the past, because she clearly didn't have a plan, and thus doesn't have the intelligence knowing about how to make the evolution logical in a scientific stance. This video is actually meant to be a response video to Studio Orange and Paru, mainly Paru. This is also a rant as well, so Paru, please give Orange permission to change the entire ending. The ending you made was so bad that I felt insulted. I was more annoyed than anything. Disappointed? I was. I just realized how bad it was. I'm like, you just ruined it. So, I think the possible reasons why the ending was so terribly made is because, one, she didn't have enough time for herself to think about the ending of the arc/series. She should have taken a break from the second arc. She can work on something short like Beast Complex, and once she figured things out, she would go to then work on the third arc. Number 2, she was possibly being rushed by the people who she worked with for so that she can move on to a different manga in their place, but I honestly don't believe the second part because she still works for them. Number 3, she possibly didn't want everything to be so predictable. But the problem thinking about it, she decided to change things that people wouldn't guess about the ending, and doing so made the ending so unsatisfying. You can tell it's like really rushed. For many things us Beastar fans expected was the meat eating would be allowed in Beastars, Legoshi and Lewis being the next Beastar. Lewis being with Juno and Legoshi being with Haru. All of those was predicted by many of us. But the thing is, the reasons we expect that was because we wanted that. We wanted to see that happen with the development in the arc. And yes, it may be predictable, but it's what the journey counts. And the journey between the first, second arc, and third arc is amazing. Well, third arc gotten slower, gotten worse, but the ones when it wasn't bad, it was actually pretty good. And I hear people feeling bad for her. But no, I can't. she ruined the franchise, and she never even acknowledged about the backlash on the ending she made. Which, I'm just letting you know, anyone who makes anything story-wise, they should at least acknowledge the fans on what they want, but at the same time, don't just... There's a line between... There's pandering, there has to be a balance. And it looked like she was more going towards just like looking into her manga stuff and all that. And even though the ending was done, she should have said something at least to us about why the ending became that way. Anyway, she then goes ahead and works on volume 2 of Beast Complex. Like, Beast Complex is pretty good. You should check it out. With the same people who she worked with. Like, I'm sorry, but not acknowledging your fans and what's going on is just, this isn't the horror we know and love. Look, in short, Paru, you were/are an amazing writer. But you need to give Studio Orange permission to change this arc. At least the ending. Because I don't think I want to see that in the anime. I really don't want to accept this ending the way it is. It just doesn't feel like the ending we hoped for. Of course, I could just have the second season be the ending, but that just feels unfinished to me. If you guys know about season 2, you know what I'm talking about. It was the best arc. It's very good. I just don't think as an ending of the arc, as the ending of Beastars, is just, no, that doesn't feel satisfying. It just doesn't feel like the ending we hoped for. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Videos will be listed in the description. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys next time.